Hello, hello, hello to all of my wonderful Tauruses. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your reading on today. This is a special reading for my wonderful Tauruses. Listen, Taurus, I know you all are having a great day so far because when you all woke up today, you set your intentions that you're going to have a great day. So that's why I know you all are having a great day. What do we know about our wonderful Tauruses? Because we want to get right into your reading. We don't want to waste too much time. We just want to get right into it, right, Taurus? Your duality is feminine. So that means that you all are nurturers. You all are receivers, very different from takers, right? Very sweethearted people, the Tauruses are. You all are fixed signs and you all are earth signs. So what that means, Taurus, for you is that you all are quiet, affectionate, patient, you're stable, you're determined, you're practical, you're stubborn, and you're resistant to change. That resistant to change and stubborn is a part of a fixed sign. So don't worry too much about that. That's all fixed signs, right? Your symbol is the bull because bulls are strong, stubborn, plotting, and can be both fierce and gentle, right? Your ruling planet is Venus. Venus' influence inclines towards a love of luxury and exceptional creative ability. So when we're talking about the high vibrating Tauruses, what you all look like is that you are logical, you are generous and trustworthy, you all are determined, you're understanding, you're kind, organized, patient, you all are just responsible, you're stable, you're practical, reliable, so many wonderful things when I think about my wonderful Tauruses. And who are some famous Tauruses besides you? Now we have George Clooney, we have The Rock, Janet Jackson, Miss What Have You Done For Me Lately, and Pleasure Principle. We have Jessica Alba, we have Channing Tatum, we have, who else do we have? Stevie Wonder, we have Adele. You know Adele, she's responsible for the song Hello, Someone Like You, Rolling in the Deep, and a whole host of other names, right? Let's get right into your reading. Most High God in the universe, please give me a special reading for my wonderful Tauruses on today as it relates to all areas of their lives, specifically in areas of money and wealth. Yes, also in areas of power and intellect, also in areas of spirituality and where they need to take action, also in areas of power and intellect. What information do we have for our wonderful Tauruses? If you're interested in a personal reading, please contact me at 202-460-3205. All right, Taurus, what do we have in these cards for you? What do these cards say for my wonderful Tauruses? You know, people like the most about you all, the most likable trait for you all is your dependability. So don't stop being dependable, right? You are the person that people call, they can count on in a clutch, right? And so you are a person who always perseveres. Yes, yes, yes. You all are very, very dependable. Why would a person flake out on a Taurus? We don't know. Their loss, right? Not yours. All right. So we have the World card, the Judgment card. These are your major arcanas for right now. So hold on. Let's put this right here. We're going to talk about these for a second. You know, a lot of you all are developing a freedom from fear because you've ascended. So this Judgment card right here, right? Remember I said you all are nurturers? You all are nurturers, right? You want to make sure everybody around you is taken care of, everybody is good. But right now you're going through this liberation period. This Judgment card is attached to the planet Pluto, right? And so you all are in reflection mode. You're evaluating everything in your life right now, and you're feeling liberated. You're ascending, right? And you're answering your inner calling, right? People are kind of shocked around you. They're like, I don't understand this change that's happening with the Taurus, but hey, get ready, right? You all have freedom from fear. You all feel some sense of fulfillment, achievement in your lives. You all are being rewarded for your hard work, both morally and in every other way. People are celebrating you right now. So some wonderful things are happening with you all, right? This is where you came from, right? You had a lot of anxiety. You were crying. You are stressed, right? There's a death that occurred, but also there's an ascension that occurred, right? These birds right here representing freedom, right? They're representing freedom after a death, right? So doesn't necessarily mean a person died. It could mean something in you that died so that something beautiful can be reborn. See this ascension right here? Look at this white bird right here. It's actually an ascension. It's really not a white bird. The color is white, but it's an ascension. And these black birds right here. But this was you. Crying, stressed, anxiety-ridden, borderline depression. Whether you were physically crying or not, or crying in your spirit, right? But it's now ascended. Yes. You know, there was a lot of temptation around you during this process, right? And you didn't really know who to trust. See this person right here, but also see the water in the background. Through this process, now Tauruses are very, very strong people. Through this process, and this water represents serenity, calm, peace. A lot of people did not know that you were feeling like this. They really didn't, because that's not how you showed it out in public. But your temptations came in the form of, it came in many forms, right? You didn't really know who to trust around you, so you didn't know who you can open up in front of. You didn't know which person was a safe space, or who could hold space for you and be responsible with holding space for you. And so you didn't really trust a whole lot of people, right? You didn't know who the snake was, who was going to attack in your time of vulnerability and transparency, right? Yes. So the person that you love could have passed on or could have transitioned. Somebody that you really, really saw was your soulmate. Somebody what was very, really clear. Or when we talk about death, we're not talking about a body being lowered, a physical shell body being lowered into a ground all the time, even though that could have happened. But we're talking about sometimes also the death of a relationship, because there's a grieving period with that as well, right? So one thing I do know about the Taurus, and I know a lot of things about the Taurus, but this one in particular as it relates to these cards, is when you all are going through things, a lot of people can't tell that you've gone through or that you are going through things, because what you show the public is very much different than what you show people that haven't entirely gained your trust privately. Okay, all right. So, but you know, also you're trying to find balance in your life right now. You're really, really just trying to find some balance in your life after having come out of this. But see, the beautiful thing about ascending and then this freedom of fear is that this is what comes out of all of this, what is born out of this. Remember I said a beautiful rebirth? That's not really a white bird. This is really just a rebirth right after something has died, whether it's physical death or whether it's a spiritual death, right? Death of a relationship or whatever, but nevertheless, something beautiful was reborn out of all of this. I love it, love it, love it, right? Even when people physically pass on or they physically transition, they're still with us. What people really miss is the physical part of a person physically being here. When a relationship dies, that also you have to go through a grieving process, and what that looks like for some people is remembering the good times as well as the bad. But remember, their time in your life, whether they physically passed away or spiritually passed away, relationship, job, whatever, has passed on. But in this case, it's somebody that you loved. Okay, so I'm not going to mention job or anything like that, because in this case, it's somebody that you love that has transitioned. You take the good lessons that you learn from that, and then you start your healing process so that you can start to ascend, right? Yes. You learned a lot from it. Right. And so this is your outlook. Sunny skies, victorious in your healing journey, tapping into your strength. This sun card, which is attached to the Leo, that's that fire in your belly, remembering all the good times, all the people that are surrounding you, showering you with love, the people that you trust. Okay, we're not talking about the people that are kind of iffy. You know what I'm saying? Those people like, I'm not sure if I share this with them, if I share that with them, I'm not really sure they can really hold water. Tower moment, right? So you had this huge revelation during this process, this grief process, right? Whether it was a physical death, I'm going to say this again, or a spiritual death of some sort. A physical death could mean the death of a job. It could mean the death of a relationship. It could mean a death of a person being lowered into the body, funeral, that kind of thing. But nevertheless, it's a transition. It happened abruptly for you, right? And so this revelation that happened abruptly for you, for some of you all, you need the comfort of people around you that you really, really trust, right? Because the person has ascended, but so have you ascended spiritually, okay? So you need the comfort of people that can hold space for you, but it has to be a safe space. You can't trust just everybody, right? Because so many people lean on the Tauruses for their strength and for their nurturing nature, right? But you can't always trust people when you really, really need them to nurture you. And so a lot of you all are highly intuitive when it comes to that sort of thing, with like, you don't always say, I don't want this person around me, I don't want that person around me. You just know that you can't trust certain people. Like, you just have these levels to your relationships with people. Some people you have those deep, solid relationships with where you know you can tell them anything and it's not going to go anywhere. Then you have those surface relationships where you know they can only handle just a little bit of information, because they'll even take that little bit of information and go tell everybody who will listen, right? Especially people who are trying to get close to you. You're coming in for the last stretch of this long, arduous process, right? Your healing is actually coming very, very quickly, because whereas some people, it takes them a long time to grieve, because this has been such a beautiful process for you. You grieved while you were on this journey, you see? And so it's not that now when you appear in public to everybody that you're not going through the grieving process, but you're looking at the grieving process as not sadness, but you're looking at it as like the person is free, but so are you, right? It was a long process that you went through. So sometimes people grieve while they're in relationships because they know that it's coming to an end. Something in you is saying, okay, this is coming to an end in some way, shape, form, or fashion. You've been investing in yourself, right? So now you're seeing the fruits of your labor, right? Also, you have created legacy wealth for your life. So you're set when it comes to finances, when it comes to your money. You're really, really set. You've created legacy wealth along the way. And everything in your life is in perfect synergy, right? We're talking about you and your kids, or you and the people that you have pulled close, the people that you have nurtured, not necessarily always your kids. Just in case you don't have kids, it can mean your spouse, it can mean your partner, it can mean the people that you deem as significant in your life. Everything is in perfect synergy right now, right? So things are going good. That ascension process, as far as you are concerned, is just like I said, you feel liberated. You know that you've done your absolute best in that situation, in that relationship. Whether it was a platonic relationship, a romantic relationship, and in this case we're talking about a romantic relationship, and you saw this person as like the knight in shining armor, whether it was a male or whether they identified as a man or a woman, you saw them as a knight in shining armor, right? So this has been a beautiful process for you, one that you've learned a lot along the way, right? So let's pull an oracle card and see what we have. Into me I see. Oh my God, I love this. Into me I see, right? Yes, yes, yes. I love numbers. You all know I love numbers, right? So let's see if we can get in close here. Look at these angel wings. Look at this, just beautiful, right? Intimacy, trust in another, dropping shields and rigid boundaries to allow connection, the willingness to be vulnerable, right? That's where you are right here. Into me I see. You just had a very deep and meaningful connection with the world or another person. So you all have both ascended. You know what's amazing about death and rebirth is that this ascension process that happens where everybody involved is the better, because it's like you've graduated to the next level. It's that kind of energy, like you've graduated to the next level, right? It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful transformation that only certain people, if you understand the circle of life or the cycle of life, how beautiful death and rebirth is, right? And so the number 8, I love the number 8 because of the vibration of the number 8. It is the energy exchange of money, right? So it's aligned with business. The vibration takes a vision. That's the spirit, right, of the number 8. Let me see if I can get in really, really close to it, because it aligns with what you see on this card, right? It creates a product or service, which is matter. It puts it into the world. That's enterprise. And in return, it receives payment for the product or service, right? So 8 takes it a step further by adding financial energy exchange, which is great because as a result of this process that you all have gone through with this person that you saw as the love of your life, you are very, very financially stable, right? Very, very financially stable. And like I said, it doesn't always mean that it's a physical death. It could have meant the death of a marriage. It could have meant the death of a job. It could have, but again, we're not talking about the death of a job in this particular set because of this card right here, this knight in shining armor. So it was the death of a love, a relationship, but it was such a aha moment, or such a revelation for you in this sense that you were okay with the process. You see what I'm saying? Not all ascensions where a person has, where a relationship has died in some way, shape, form, or fashion is bitter. Not all of it is bitter, right? Some of it is, okay. And again, in this reading, in this particular reading, I'm getting specifically here that you all have lost a loved one to death, right? This is what I'm getting here, that you have really, really cried throughout this process. It was stressful, it was long and arduous, but your healing process is unbelievable throughout this process. That's what I have for you. Have a great day. Bye.